Hey, what's up everybody? Frank Fradella here again for video number 2 in the 30-day video challenge proposed by the Magical Unicorn, Stephanie Richardson, and Blossom Benedict. We've got some other folks playing along now, which is kind of exciting and fun. You can play too. But hey, our first question today comes from the Magical Unicorn, Stephanie Richardson, who accept no substitutes, by the way. So what she asked was if there were going to be any Easter eggs in the new film that I'm doing, A Faithful Companion. And as a matter of fact, there are. Good question. So years ago, I wrote and directed a film that never made it to the public. It was called Ghost in the Machine, and it was about artificial intelligence. And most of those concepts that appeared in that film have now since been done by larger, better known films. Obviously, better known because my film never came out. However, we had an Easter egg in that film, which was this. This is actually the screen used origami swan from the film Ghost in the Machine. Now, this is a tribute to Blade Runner because the character Gaff, played by Edward James Olmos, would do these little origami things out of tinfoil or paper or dollar bills, whatever he had handy, and he would leave them around the place to let them know that he was on their trail. Anyway, we included this in Ghost in the Machine. I made this. I actually learned how to do these just for the film. So anyway, this will appear in our little Firefly tribute film, A Faithful Companion, as a little tip of the hat to science fiction in general and to the amazing worlds that we create. So, fantastic question. As a follow-up question, she asked if I could make two film worlds collide and kind of make a film out of that. What would I do? And I'm still fascinated by artificial intelligence. It's like really kind of like my first love in science fiction. Almost, maybe, kind of. Yeah, let's go with that. But Ex Machina and Blade Runner and Ghost in the Machine would be where my worlds collided. That's somewhere in there is where I'd like that bridge to occur. So up next, we've got a question from Dennis Walter, an old childhood friend of mine. We grew up across the street from each other back in New York 20-something years ago. So Dennis asked a very interesting question about not the choice that I was glad that I made, but a choice that I was glad I didn't make, which is kind of funny because every choice that you don't make is a choice for something else, right? So this was an actually easy question because it just turned out, what did I choose that I'm glad for, and then reverse the decision to something I'm glad I didn't choose. And it was just about a year ago where I was faced with a really difficult choice of a client of mine who was being, he wasn't being anything. Let's just say that we found ourselves in a difficult position, and I could either choose to work with that client or I could choose to follow something which could potentially be much better. And I chose. I always choose the thing that's going to generate the most, the thing that's going to open up my world the most. So for me, that's North. You've heard me. Some people have heard me talk about North before, about which way you should guide your ship. And I think that there's a compass in each of us that points unfailingly north. And you always have a choice to choose, to choose to head towards north or to not. And for me, there are times where you have to go north, northeast. Sometimes you have to go east or west to get around something difficult. But unfailingly, you always have the choice to direct your ship north. And even when there are times where the only choice that you've got is like, don't go south. I don't know which way I'm going, but I'm not going south. If that's the only choice you've got, some political elections coming up, don't go south, please. Those are the big questions for today. We've got one more, but it deserves its own video. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. And hey, if you're enjoying these things, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to put a little link over here, over here in this, over there, somewhere on that side of the screen. I'm going to put a little bug, and you can click that sucker, and then you can subscribe to the channel, get your videos daily. I've got some big announcements coming up. Happy to share them with you. Also, and you know, I'm going to be on set for about 5 days in about a week, and I'll be reporting live from the set, uploading videos every day. How cool is that, behind the scenes footage? Psh, please, who's doing that right now? Nobody. Me, this guy, right? Right? Click it. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you mañana.